This looks good. This looks nice.
Okay.
Hopefully we are audible.
So we are live and it is 2 p.m. here in the UK. Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening. As you can see here, we have like diverse audience, and that is the reason I'm saying good afternoon and good evening, because you can see here we have learners from India and we have learners from Kenya. There it is evening, but here in the UK, in London, we have afternoon. So we are like from global platform, global community, because we both are from London and India and Kenya, and I'm sure we must be getting people from other places as well. So yes, thank you so much for joining us today. This is our 7th live stream, and that just happened because of you guys. You guys are joining us every Friday and making us keep consistent doing this thing, and that is the reason. Thank you so much. I know in India it is celebration. Today is Dhanteras, so happy Dhanteras to everyone. And now I'll just begin. So today's topic...
Wait, and not just Dhanteras, also today is a very special day. This lady today has her birthday. So please wish her happy birthday, and also make her very happy with liking, subscribing, and as I said, just sending her lots of health wishes. So happy birthday once again, and you will probably hear it more times today, but happy birthday to Gunjan from everyone, please.
Thank you so much to Market, of course, and everybody who's putting birthday wishes in the chat. And I could see Laura is already there. She is in the chat. So thank you so much, Laura. Subin is there. Subin is our new colleague. She is a marketing intern. She joined us yesterday, and today is her second day. Still, she is helping me with this live stream. So thank you so much, Subin. And now I will quickly go on the topic. So today's topic is how to overcome failure and emerge stronger. And this topic is very important, not just for the learners, for everybody, because we what we do is, for the topics we get recommendations from learners itself, and we got this 5 or 6 recommendation altogether, saying that we wanted to know something about like how to emerge stronger if somebody is getting failure. And that is the reason today's topic is very important. And now I will quickly turn around and show you this screen, because we have lovely learners here. I will start with Saloni. We have Saloni Mittal. She has joined us from India. She is a teacher by profession and learners for life. And here we have Vandana. Vandana is a true learner, and also she is working lady. So learner, as in she is doing her BCom in BCom, and she's third year student. And along with that, she's also doing some part time job. So she's here with us. And here we have Kevin. Kevin is from Kenya, and he is doing masters in data science, and he's also working as a part-time data analyst and SEO writer. So yes, we have these 3 fantastic learners. You already know Marketa. Last time we didn't have Marketa, we had Shania. So today we have Marketa again, and you already know her. She is ultimate brand ambassador for Learners for Life. So Marketa is here, and now I would ask Marketa quickly to please set the scene for this live stream.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for being here. We are so grateful to Saloni, Vandana, and Kevin that they took the time to spend these next 30 minutes with us. And ultimately, I don't want to be speaking too much, which I always promise and usually break the promise. But I'm really excited and curious to hear from you. And I'm so happy we have teacher here with us today, because teachers influence our lives forever, especially if they're good ones, but the bad ones too, obviously. And as we sort of always preach this sort of leadership by example, right? So when it comes to these mistakes and failures, they're usually not really the most popular things amongst people. They don't really like to speak about their mistakes. They don't like to speak about their failures. And yet without them, they will not learn and they will not grow.
Yeah.
So how do we tackle that topic? So I'm very excited to hear from you. Am I going to be sharing some examples of my failures and mistakes? I'm not yet sure, but we'll see how it goes, and maybe you help me to feel more brave about it, and we will tap into it. So over to you, Gunjan.
Thank you so much, Margita. So now this is the most important section of our live stream, meaning questioners to our learners. I'm going with the first question, and this first question is, what does failure mean to you, and how has your perspective changed over time? And of course, this question is for audience as well. So audience, please, you will be getting that question in the chat, if and then feel free to put what is your view on that. I will go first. Kevin, don't mind, please. I'll go with the ladies first, and maybe I'll go with Saloni. Saloni, what is your take on this first question?
See, I find failure as a very useful tool and an opportunity as well, because it helps us to highlight our weak points, and it gives an insight to improve yourself. Basically, it's a critical component of success only. A journey of success, it's a critical component of that journey only. And we can also say that it's a whisper in our ears that tells us that you are heading towards the wrong direction. You need to change your direction so that you can achieve success. And coming to the perspective, I would like to say, like others also, I was the worst at dealing with my failures. But then the self realization was the key that helped me a lot to change my perspective towards my failures. It made me realize that our greatest glory is not in never falling, it's basically rising up whenever you fall.
Beautiful.
Okay.
That's so true.
That's beautiful, Saloni. We are getting a gist that you are a true teacher, because your answers are, giving that expression. Now I'll quickly go to Vandana. Vandana, what do you think? What failure mean to you, and how your perspective has changed over time?
Yeah. First of all, thank you everyone to join this streaming with us. And if I move to the question, so failure is it's not an end. It's just a step towards the success. As Saloni has shared her experience with us, that the failure is not an end. It's just a step towards the success. As well, it's a chance to observe ourselves, and to observe our failure or mistake we had done, and by these mistake what I done, it's not a proper thing. So first of all, we need to learn and reflect and then grow. So failure, it's a step to grow.
Wonderful, Vandana. Thank you so much for your answer. And now I'll go to Kevin. Kevin, what do you think failure mean to you, and your perspective changed over time? Kevin, am I audible to you?
It seems Kevin's thing is
It's
broken.
stuck. Yeah.
Kevin, can you hear us? Your video is frozen a little bit.
I'm here, but I'm back now.
Yeah, it's coming
Sorry
back.
for that.
No worries, it's coming back.
Am I back?
Yes, you are back. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would you go for the first question? What does failure mean to you, and how your perspective has changed over time?
Yeah. So for me, failure was more of falling short of the mark, and it came with a lot of guilt and disappointment, right? But over time, that has changed into realizing that failure is a necessary part of growth, and that it teaches me to be resilient and adaptive, which are key components for success. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. Makta, please go on.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen. If you allow me just very quick, I just want to highlight what I have just learned from you, and just to sort of summarize. So I love, Saloni, what you mentioned about that strength of falling, finding that strength to get up. So we can fall, right? But finding this strength to get up again, because we may fall again after that. So always having that strength to rise, and then what Vandana said, like, and then look back and reflect on it, right? So we won't fall again, right? So we always hear like making mistakes, it's okay, but we should try not to repeat them, right? But as I said, it may happen. So finding the strength to do that. And I love that Kevin also mentioned this failure about how you feel when you fail exam, for example. I was thinking about this a lot because we were speaking to some students, and actually in I believe it was Arya College, and we were asking them what was failure for them, and lots of them mentioned exams and these types of feelings about not passing a test, for example, and to which. I think it's very important for us to be able to find distinction from what we for ourselves define as success and failure and what others do define as success or failure, because it's often also matter of perspective. And at the end, it's important that you realize that you're the one who writes your own story. You're the one who tells the story. It's your story. It's your story with all that mess and all that happiness and all that success, but it's all part of your story. So at the end, it will come down how you will tell the world about the story, what you have learned from it. So yeah, that's something I just wanted to mention, that we have all probably had similar experiences at school when we have not passed the test or something. We have all fell down and felt really like, oh, I can't do this again, to get up. And we have all had the chance to reflect on it, sometimes with the help of others. But for ourselves, as I said, it's very important. How do you define that for yourself? How do you see that as part of your personal story, and how you can change and direct that story going forward so it serves you? Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Markita. And I'll quickly check who is saying what. So we have Vivek, we have Laura, Subin, we have Sneha, we have Radhika as well. So thank you so much for joining us. Vivek says, "Hi panel, hope you're doing great." He also wishes me happy birthday. So thank you so much, Vivek. Sorry, I'm still recovering. And then we have Radhika. Radhika says, "Happy birthday." Thank you so much. I just wanted to quickly say you thank you. Going on the second question quickly now. And this is the question Markita mentioned, that do we need to share our personal experiences? Learners, please give some strength to Markita so she can share her personal experiences. So this question is, can you please share your personal experiences of failure and how you navigated through it and emerged stronger? I would go first with Kevin with this time.
Okay. So for me, my path in education has not been linear. Yeah. I had to drop out of my degree back in 2011 because of financial constraints, and it was a very challenging time. But at the time, I decided to use the resources that were there online, although they were very few. I used them and learned SEO writing, which was a big deal then, it still is. And the proceeds from that, was a side hustle I used to cover my tuition. And I graduated in 2020, and now I'm doing my master's. So failure is nothing; it cannot stop you. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for sharing. Vandana, what about you? About your story?
Yeah. Yeah, so my personal experience is belongs to my office. Like it's an office project that is given by my CEO as well my COO, and they put all the efforts to me that I need to finish it. So I put my all efforts to give them with the effectiveness. But unfortunately, I just forget about the deadline as well. Like I don't know by when I have to submit it. I put my efforts, I make it everything perfectly, but the deadline is over, and that is a failure for me. Like I don't give them as efficiently my work as well as my work, but yeah, but I learned most of the things from that. And my peers and my bosses also support me. They extended deadline as well, and that is immersed to the success for me. And that is why I promoted for the CRM.
Okay. Thank you,
That is
Vandana.
time management.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vandana. What about you, Saloni?
I have experienced failure in my own classroom, being a teacher. That day, my lesson did not go well, as the students' response was not up to my expectation, what I expected them. So rather than blaming someone or anyone or the students, I took the ownership of my failure. I did an introspection and look towards the factors that affected my lesson. After that, I realized that I really need to work upon the notes beforehand, before going to the classroom, and really need to find some more best tech supports or visual aids for the classroom that students can really connect with. And my energy levels should be so high that the energy should get easily transmitted to all the students. And doing this, the teaching class will be the tremendous fun. So this is how I failed the failure and then I overcome.
Thank you, Saloni.
Thank you,
You want to
Saloni.
comment on that, Gunjan?
I do not want to comment, but I really want to know your personal experience, Marketa. Please share with us because we will get some inspiration from you. Tell us one very simple example.
You really caught me here because I was going through a lot of things that I considered a fail, and maybe what was hard for me as I was after my high school for a long time, I didn't know which career I should take. It was really hard. I also always thought I should be a teacher, Saloni. But then I was like very greedy. I thought, yeah, teachers, they don't get paid too much, and I want to make more money. So I was thinking like, okay, so where could it be? So I was a bit lost. For 2 years, I was studying to become a dentist. I was really into it. I thought, okay, I like repairing things. My father was a doctor. He ended up being a veterinary doctor, but he also studied for dentistry. So we were all into this sort of medical world. And then I sort of pictured myself, but then I see myself abroad. I see myself with other people, not just standing with one person and torturing that one person in that seat. So I thought, okay, so where next? So then I tried some philosophy. Then I tried then my friend told me I should study economics. So I literally didn't know what to do. So where I'm leading with that, during the time when I didn't know what to do, I felt like a failure because there were friends of mine that knew long time ahead what they wanted. They had a very straight path. Like my closest friend at that time, she knew she wanted to be a veterinary doctor since she was like 12. And she was so determined. Today she is a veterinary doctor, by the way. So while I was really struggling, what should I be? What should I be? So not a doctor then, not a dentist. I'm going to torture people. I'm going to find some other way how to torture people. And then I ended up actually just sort of following, just experimenting, I would say. And that experiment, you looking back, I can see like, fine, it may be looked at as I said, that's when you start looking at it from that perspective of either failure or success. So I have applied for different jobs. In some of them I was rejected, but then I sort of felt like every rejection was moving me towards where I was supposed to be. So that was sort of helping me handle rejection. But where I'm trying to get with this is that did I feel like a failure many times? For sure. But at the end, I feel that it's really important that you realize that you're not alone in that, and that there are other people who may feel that way. And it was really much what I'm trying to credit for surviving that were other people that were there telling me, no, don't worry, you can try this, you can try that. So it was not my idea to start economics. For example, when I was studying, my friend came to me and she said, oh, you for some reason my classmates voted me to be this class representative. There will always be a mystery why did they wanted me. But somehow she said, you would be good at this, you should study economics, there is this politics sort of field in it. And then I had to study math mathematics for it, which wasn't my strength, and I failed in mathematics many times. So also that taught me that, and something we speak here a lot about in a module that we called growth mindset. So what it told me was, right, so maybe mathematics, it's not my biggest strength. I may have other strengths that I can focus on. So those where I'm not as good at, I know that with some more effort, meaning my friend can teach me mathematics, I may be able to get where I want to. So yeah, as I said, it comes down again to perspective, how you look at things, and also knowing that you're not alone in these moments when you feel like a failure, and that you can, all these things, you can turn them into something that at the end you will look back to and see like, oh, that's why those things happened, because I ended up here today where I was supposed to be.
Okay, so what just Marketa mentioned, and my question is a lovely segue because she just mentioned about turning setbacks into opportunities. And my question is the similar one. Now, I will quickly turn up here because I have learners. And learners, this is the question for you. Are there any specific strategies that you follow or you believe are crucial for turning setbacks into opportunity for growth? Who wants to go first? Saloni, do you want to go first for that?
Yes, sure.
Thank you.
Like I mentioned earlier as well, the best strategy to overcome the failure is to go with the introspection, introspect yourself, self-realization, analyze the root causes that were there behind the failure. What were the basic root causes? By doing all this, these are the basic strategies. And when it comes to the mindset shift, it's okay to fail sometimes. It's okay to feel disappointed. We should embrace the failures. We should embrace our emotions. But rather than giving up at that particular moment, we should rise and give it another try.
Yeah.
Why? Because we should keep one thing in our mind. The positive mindset should be this, that now I'm not starting from zero. I am carrying a lot of experience along with me and a learning. So, and one thing, one positive mindset, one more I can add to this, I want to add. It's just failure is just a flavor to our life. It's add a flavor to our life.
Yeah.
It's nothing that brings you down. It's just adding a flavor to your life. That's it.
Wow, it almost reminds me of cooking a recipe and then putting a certain flavor, and that flavor is your experience, sometimes your failure. So it depends how you live your life. Thank you so much, Saloni. Now I would go to Vandana because I'm just doing this cycle. Vandana, what is your take on that? What is that specific strategies that you follow or believe are crucial for turning your setbacks into opportunities?
So, first of all, the if I tell the mindset as well as strategy, so we need to keep in mind that failure is not the end. It's a learning experience as well, and it's an opportunity to observe yourself and to facing challenges. As well, the challenges are the opportunities for growth. From that, we can learn how to do it right as well, and how to convert it in a better opportunity, and even taking as a break is much better to do some efforts to overcome from that. So we need to keep our mindset that a failure is not an end, it's a beginning to learning.
Wow, Vandana, thank you so much. Now I'll quickly go to Kevin. Kevin, what is that certain strategies that you follow to convert your failures into opportunities?
Um, First, I've had to turn my, or change my thinking and embrace the fact that abilities and intelligence can be developed over time through hard work and dedication.
Yeah.
So once I realized that it's only through hard work and dedication that I can keep, as Solani said, you keep falling and you get back up. That shows your dedication, right? And the hard work, you keep showing up every single day. You eventually get better. And failure, what you were a failure in before, quote unquote, a failure in before, now you're better. And you can even be a guru. That's what internet people call themselves now. Yeah, so they just do things over and over again. And yeah, hard work beats talent. Hard work beats talent.
We have a new
Okay.
growth mindset guru here.
Yeah,
Like this
yeah.
is what we were trying to make spread that word around, and you've done it for us. So thank you so much, Kevin. That they actually hit the
Okay.
nail on the head. Yes, it's actually that growth mindset thing. That fine, maybe I'm not that good at something yet, but with that hard work, persistence, I can improve on that. So thank you so much, Kevin, for sharing, and of course, thank you, Saloni and Vandana, for your experiences. They are much valued. I just wanted to make a note when we were saying the failure. I'm not sure if I was clear enough. So after I decided I won't be a dentist and I went to the philosophy school for half a year, I was fired. So they told me, no, you're not going to be a philosopher. So just wanted to clarify that if you want to call something like officially failure, my philosophy school attempt was a failure. So-
Okay, so whatever happened good for us, because then we got marketer here sitting with us, or she would have been doing some lecture in some college. So glad whatever happened for good reasons. And on that note, I will just quickly check what we have in the chat box. So in the chat box, Vivek comments, my math is also weak. So this is for you, Makita. Makita, you were mentioning about mathematics, and Vivek says he is also very weak on math subject.
We are
And
not weak, Vivek. We are yet to be better than we already are. So let's say on our strengths list, it's slightly in the lower area, but we can get better. We can
yeah,
get better.
like Kevin said,
Oh, sorry.
dedication and hard work. So we need to do that to improve our maths. And then Vivek is asking how to face failure positively. So this is my quick question, and then before I go to learners, I'll go to Marketa. Marketa, what is your take on this? Because of course, more than us, you must have seen the failure, and how did you face it positively?
So when something that you consider failure happens, it's painful. And I think it's also important to say that it's okay. So you feel like a failure sometimes. So you feel down, and that's okay. You can feel down. Like I think it's very important that we don't live in this culture like everybody has to be happy and successful all the time.
Yeah.
So fine. So sometimes you feel really bad. So fine. So whatever you define as failure was bad and fine, you said. So cry. That's okay. Speak to a friend, go through it. Like it's also a physical experience, and you shouldn't be holding it back and thinking like, oh, I shouldn't be sad, I have to push through it, and next. It's also very important that you feel it. So feel it, go through that process. It will be fine again, you will feel good again. But that sort of experience of failure, of that broken heart or whatever, broken dream at that particular time, it just feels bad, and it's okay. It's okay to feel sad, so feel it. I hope you have enough friends to also speak, and or parents or us, to sort of tell you that you're definitely not alone. So that's something I would just suggest, or something I would say. So it's okay to show that you feel disappointed, that you're going through pain. Share it with someone. Don't feel like you're alone with it. You're not. Many of us feel bad often. And then, those sunshine days will come again. Yeah.
I just want to add one thing what Marketa just said. Uh, how to face failure positively. The first thing, you at least tried. There are a lot of people in the world, they didn't even tried what you're trying, and then you got failed. So you're already ahead of the people who just didn't try and just sitting on the couch and then seeing your story and telling you that okay, you did something wrong, but they didn't even tried it. So I would say you're anyway step ahead. So don't think that, oh, I got failed and this and that. This is your story, you're creating it. If somebody is telling you that, oh, you're not doing this great, there should be, they have some different perspective. Must be you are doing it great, it's just you need some more improvement. So this is something I would say, that just don't take it as a failure. You are trying, that is the biggest step that you're taking every day. And on that note, uh, we are already on time, but I'll just stretch it for 5 minutes. And this is my last question to our learners. Learners, I wanted to know one advices from each one of you. If somebody is struggling with failure now, and if you would give them one advice, so what it would be? Saloni, should I start from you? You're on mute, Saloni. You're still on mute, Saloni, for some reasons. Should I unmute you?
No, it's weird. Saloni, your microphone, it's still showing is muted for some reason.
It's fine now?
Yeah.
It's good now.
Okay. So the suggestion that I would like to give that person is that it's okay to, like Margita also said, it's okay to fall down. It's okay to feel disappointed. Take the responsibility of your failure, but do not let that failure impact your self-esteem. Take a break for a few hours and few days. Revisit your journey, that what went wrong, and then again give it another try.
Okay. Thank you so much, Saloni. I'll quickly go to Vandana. Vandana, what is that one advice that you want to give to the person who is struggling with the major failure and do not know how to go forward?
So I would like to say that to a person, like never lose your hope. Like you are facing the failure, you need to immerse your all the strength towards your success, and never depress that you got failed. You need to overcome from there, think from there, and as we know that failure is not the end; it's a beginning to learn something new and adopt something change, adopt a new change in your life. As Saloni said that fail is just a flavor in your life, and it could be your thing. And don't think that people how people judge you. It's your life, it's your decision. How you can make it right, and how can you emerge your success towards your after facing the failure.
Thank you, Vandana. It was really motivating. Kevin, what is your take on that? Please give us or somebody who's struggling with failure and do not know how to go forward. What is your advice to that person?
People have already given most of the important things to say, to do, acknowledge your feelings and reflect. Very, very important. What I would add to that is you are not your failure. You are not your failure. Whatever happened, that does not define you. You can always get better from that. After you have failed, whatever that looks like, go through the emotions, go through the hurt, go through the disappointment and the guilt, then take a step back to reflect on why it happened. Maybe you're like Maketa, you are probably on the wrong road, right? You're probably working to be a dentist and you should be in economics, right? See why that is happening or why you failed. Maybe you didn't study hard enough, you didn't put enough effort. Once you reflect and learn from it, make a plan on how you're going to rectify things. If there are things you need help in, get someone that yeah.
Thank you, Kevin. I just want to clarify, I would be a very good dentist. I would be just very bad philosopher, yeah? I just want to clarify that. And I also want to acknowledge what Vandana was saying and acknowledge Gayatri's question. Gayatri, thank you for being with us. Gayatri Sahu. Gayatri was asking, how can we stop people to judge us as we are failure? And I know Vandana was speaking about judgment. So I hope that helped you. And I actually wanted to react to that. And also our colleague Laura, who is in the audience and shared lots of perfect quotes about failure that could hopefully motivate you. She would be also very good of telling you, you know, how people are judging other people, because she is a head of our community, but she used to be a head of way bigger community that had a lot of people there judging other people. She was working for a famous paper, and if she wants to mention what was it, I will leave that to her for the chat window to say more. But when it comes to judgment, I just want to tell you, Gayatri, that people will always judge you. This is in their nature, and easier said than done. but at the end what matters most is that voice in your head. How are you talking to yourself? I always say, like, out of 100 people, 5 of them will love you no matter what, 5 of them will just dislike you no matter what. The 90, they don't care that we exist. They just have their own life, their own stuff. So forget the haters and just focus, or those that judge you, focus on you. How do you speak to yourself? Is your voice very strict? Are you judging yourself, and if yes, then that's the only thing you will ever be able to control. You will not be able to control if people will judge you, and some of them unfortunately will, while you also hopefully will have enough of those around you who will not judge you, who will tell you that they understand how you feel and that they've been there too. But what is most important, how do you talk to yourself? Like, are you really super strong inner critic saying, oh, you should have done this better, I could have done this better? Or are you like talking to yourself a little bit as a friend and saying, okay, you tried, you will do it again, don't worry. Just treat yourself as your best friend. That's the only thing I can advise you here. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Markita. And if I would have been RJ today, would have been closed this live stream with an Indian Bollywood song. It is "Kuch to log kahenge, logo ka kaam hai kehna." I will translate this in English, meaning people will say something that is their job, but then you do not have to take it seriously. And this is very famous song in India. You can just Google and then you will find everything. English lyrics are also available. With that note, I'm gonna end this live stream, but before that, I wanted to know you guys that next Friday we are going to come back again. We wanted to have some learners here on the screen, so if you are interested, I could see Gayatri is there. Gayatri, if you are interested to be in the learner panel, please do reach out to me via LinkedIn or Instagram, or ask Vandana, and then she will just put you in touch with me. Any other one? I could also see Radhika, if you have somebody, please refer. So I am looking for more learners. Next Friday, 2 p.m. Another topic, same place, same timing. Sorry. Subscribe to our channel so that you get notification of what is coming ahead of you. And for now, I would say thank you so much. I'm signing off for the day. Thank you so much, Makta. Thank you so much, all the learners, and thank you so much for all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Saloni. Thank you, Vandana. Thank you, Gunjan. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.